Welcome to the 2300 Pick 6 podcast. I'm your host, Dave Walker, about to do NFL Divisional Picks with Joe Law. How you doing, Joe?
Doing good, Dave. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good, man. Just got off work, starting my 3-day weekend because Martin Luther King were closed. I'll be back to work Tuesday, so been doing very, very good. And also, for those out there, me and Ricky Storm are going to be going to a convention in March called Big Event. Very good news for me. Before we got on the air, I found out that Anna Jay will be there. So I was very excited and happy. I had a feeling she probably was going to be there because Ty was announced and Sammy was announced. So I just had that feeling she was going to be announced, and I felt pretty good about that. And my boss even knows it too, because he's like, what the hell is going on? And I showed him, was like, oh, for the love of God.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I know you're happy, and you get to see her again. What's the time seeing her?
Yeah, this would be because the streak continues. Because I thought, oh, she's going to be a free agent. I think if she goes to WWE, well, it's not going to happen, and it would have to be at a WWE World, or maybe if NXT comes. I don't think she would go to the main roster, but if she goes to TNA, she could still technically do meet and greets if she goes to TNA. But very excited, very happy, very shocked. Didn't see that coming. Well, I kind of did. So. But for me and Ricky Storm, this was literally the icon that was supposed to be, because the one that was back in Philly in 2022, if we would have got Jamie Hayter and Britt Baker, they would have made up until, well, he has forgiven Thunder Rosa, and I have no damn choice because thanks to the Cowboys beating the Giants in week 2, I had to give up my damn hatred for her. And I also have to meet her due to that bet I lost. So that's something I'm going to have to enjoy if she is in WrestleCon in Vegas or even at Big Event. But we'll wait and see what that happens down the road with me and her.
Well, I think you'll have a good time this time seeing her.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, like I said, because I got a lot of stuff that has to get signed by Anna. I have my trading card that I got for my birthday, my 2 signed, the one when I was sick when she beat Deonna Purrazzo at Full Gear, and then the one on my birthday. That time they were in Philadelphia where she wished me happy birthday, but I didn't have my sign on me at that time because my birthday technically is September the 3rd, and that was 3 days prior to when that occurred.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Yeah, because I remember that night because it was just a risk that I took, and it was more of, I usually don't, like back then, I usually when the show's over, I go home too tired and all that. But then I remember when I was with my friend Bobby Harris. If you were listening to this, Bobby, shout out to you, bud. We and him were at the Baltimore show where he got a photo with Jamie Hayter when the show was over. While I was in the University of Philadelphia, that collision, the first night of collision, Jamie and Thekla are fighting in the outside, and I'm going like, I remember he got a photo with Jamie Hayter. What if Anna is here? Surely enough, that risk paid off. Anna was there, and then the happy birthday wish 3 days early. And then also for Ricky Storm, Jamie Hayter wished him his a little earlier too, 6 days earlier too. So in essence, it did pay off. So at times, folks, if you do go to shows, regardless if it's WWE, TNA, AEW, stay after, because at times you can get them at times.
Yeah, you can. I mean, depends on how long you want to wait out there.
Yeah, it depends on how long you want to wait. But I was excited about that, hearing that right then and there. So that was breaking news again. Thank you, Ricky Storm. Shout out to you if you're listening to this, and we'll see each other again come the 31st when we do the podcast show, and also for the Royal Rumble. Me and you are going to be there for.
Yeah. Yes, we will.
All right, now.
Yeah, it should be a good show. We'll be doing the movie podcast the 31st.
Yep.
And looking forward to it. It's been a while since we've been on there, and it seems like every time there's an opening, it fills up pretty fast.
It does go fast, and I knew because I was off those 2 days because I was going to Raw. And I was like, wait a minute, I know I'm off that day. I can do that because I know after the day of Raw, I have an appointment to go to because I got to get my TSA pre-flight check done. I've already had the appointment. All I have to do is just get that so they could. So if you ever go to the airport, it's a hassle to go through TSA. And it was a hassle for me last year where I almost missed my flight because of TSA.
Yeah, that sucks.
Me and my mom almost missed the flight because we had the slowest Uber driver from hell. He drove like so fucking slow, like molasses, and we didn't think we were going to make our flight.
Gotta miss crazy Uber drivers.
Yeah, when we literally left way, way early, and then I had to deal with TSA because my mom has that with her job, which is the TSA pre-authorization where you don't have to get checked. You don't have to go through that checkpoint.
Right.
And that's when I decide, you know what, let me get it because I'm not dealing with this shit. Because for you, it didn't take you long. For me, it almost took an eternity where we thought we were going to miss the flight.
That would have sucked.
Yeah, that would have sucked. That would have. But thank God we didn't miss our flight, and we had a connecting flight anyway because we had to go from Philly to Arizona and then Arizona to Vegas. And that's when literally when we were checking into the hotel, we saw Mick Foley. And that's when Mick gave me a look like, don't even ask me for an autograph picture. I was like, Mick, tired as I am right now, all I want to do is just go to sleep.
Oh, that's kind of rude. I didn't say something.
No, he didn't say it, but he was giving me the look like, don't ask me.
Well, hey, you're a public figure.
Yeah.
Any person has a right to ask for an autograph.
Yeah, but in that essence, I was way too tired to ask him.
Oh, I know, but I'm just saying, like, you know, he's giving you a look, like.
Yeah, because he was thinking, hey, is this fan going to ask me? That's what he was thinking. But I was like, no, because we were way tired because we were just getting up. We had just flew from Philly to Arizona. Then we just flew to Arizona to Vegas. And now after that, we just wanted to go to sleep. That's all we wanted to do. We just get some rest.
Right.
That's all I wanted to do was get some rest because I was tired.
Right. But they got to understand, you know, they're public figures, you know. I know some fans go overboard and extreme, but they got to understand sometimes these fans, this is like their only one chance that they see you.
Yeah.
You know, how are they going? You know, it's not like they ask for an autograph every day. This is their only one chance. Like, oh, this is my one chance to see Mick Foley.
When's the next time you're going to see him again? You don't know when. It's like, hey, this is the one time I could see maybe MJF. Well, MJF's not going to give you an autograph because we know how he is in public. Yeah. He's going to make you pay for it.
Yeah.
He's going to make you pay for it. Yeah, that's the thing right there with him. But that was the whole thing in a nutshell there. But going on to our football portion, because I didn't get a chance to recap all those games, do right is wrong because due to my left foot killing me, and then I was tired getting off work because I got off work really late that day. So we'll do some of the recaps here, which was first game we started with was bipolar-ass Panthers versus Rams. I'll give this for the Panthers. They put up a fight, but if Jimmy Horn does not drop that pass, I don't know what the outcome would have been.
Well, one, I don't know why I'm throwing to Jimmy Horn. He really hasn't done anything that whole game. And second, the pass was a little low for him to catch.
Yeah.
Third, I blame the defense more. The offense did their job. They took the lead with under a minute or 55 seconds left.
Yeah.
Then you're giving Stafford the ball back, and your job is to stop them. That's all you had to do. Stop them. You move on.
Yeah.
And they fail.
Yeah, because you let in a wide open Colby Parkinson get a touchdown.
Exactly. And you let them drive downfield. I think they had the ball at the 10-yard line.
Yeah, they did. The drive started from the 10.
Yeah, their 10. So they had to go 90 yards to get a touchdown. And instead of you stepping up and doing what you had to do, you literally and physically choked. And you let them score.
Yeah. And then
you rely on the offense that's, you know, really hasn't been that good of an offense. I mean, I know they played pretty good that game.
Yeah.
We both took the Rams.
Yeah.
And we both took the Panthers with the points.
Yeah, we both did. Yeah, we both got that right. So we both got that right.
And, you know, the thing that pisses me off is fucking Ricky Dow.
Oh,
this
yeah.
Guy I had for rushing for 15 yards, 30 yards he needed, just catching and receiving. I would have won $6,000.
Oh, damn. Like I said, Rico's pissed me off a lot this year. Yeah, okay, one for beating my Cowboys. I've let that go. The other time he pissed me off was that Bills parlay I had at the time was all I needed was one touchdown from you, and you didn't get it, and it was Chuba Hubbard. And that would have been the day I would have got – because I remember that day. That was the day the Eagles got me 900. And then after that, if they would have won, if Rico would have got that touchdown, I probably would have walked away with $2,000 that day.
Jeez.
Yeah, because Rico cost me money too. So I know where you're coming from. So in this thing is for the Panthers or Panthers fan, which is, yeah, they did exceed expectations. Now it's more of next year. Can you develop consistency is the whole thing. That's going to be the question mark with the Carolina Panthers is can you just be consistent and not be bipolar as fuck this year?
It depends on what kind of moves they make, what they do, and where they want to go from there. I mean, Rico Dow's a free agent. Yeah. I don't think he wants to return because they kind of screwed him.
Yeah, he kind of did get fucked over here.
Because Chuba Hubbard wasn't doing anything in the beginning.
No.
Then he gets hurt, and then you go to Rico Dow, and then he's like a monster for midway for like 4 or 5 weeks. He was doing great.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you just stop going to him and you start going back to Chuba Hubbard. And then they both start stinking. And then in the biggest game of your season where you can pull the upset in the playoffs,
mm-hmm.
you don't rely on your run game. You
no.
Just get away from Rico Dow and you put the hand in Young's instead of going to Hubbard and Dow helping you out back and forth. You just literally and physically get away from it. And you only use Dow for I think he had the ball 6 times, they said.
I think he had 6 carries he had in that game. I'll check what the stats were in that game for Rico Dow because I don't know why they didn't just go what was working for them when the whole win streak was beginning. Okay, when Chuba went down, Rico was having a hot hand, and you should have kept rolling with it. I don't know why they stopped doing that, which I don't understand. So let me see what Rico Dow.
I knew in my gut I should have never taken Rico down, and you can't trust the Panthers running. That's my stupidity.
Rico Dow had 5 carries for 9 yards.
What a joke! And I think he had 2 catches for 10 yards, or
he had 1 catch for 6.
That is a joke.
Yeah.
I was him. I wouldn't even deal with him.
No, that was the thing right there. Rico Dow did not do that much, and Carolina right now is probably playing golf and going fishing right now, and then going to have to examine in the offseason, okay, where do you go from here with the draft? Because next season going a little bit different with a coaching tree with Atlanta because I don't know who Atlanta is going to get for a head coach.
Oh, it's interesting. I mean, there's some candidates out there.
Yeah.
I mean, Matt Ryan has the final say.
Yeah, Matt Ryan now is the GM there, so he has the final say in who this coach will be and what he's going to do drafting-wise because they're going to have a question mark at quarterback because is Michael Penix going to be healthy for opening day? If he's not, then you're going to have to go with Kirk Cousins for a while.
Well, he's not the GM. He's the player of operations.
Oh, player of operations. So okay. So
he rules over the GM and the coach. He
okay.
picks who he wants to hire as a GM and stuff. So he basically has final say besides Art Rooney, Mr. Home Depot.
Yeah, Mr. Arthur Blank, Mr. Home Depot. Yeah, but it's going to be a tough one right there for them in their division. It's going to be very tough. As the Rams advance, they'll be taking on the Chicago Bears later on, which we're going to talk about right now, the Bears and the Packers game, which was very neck-and-neck game. I thought the Bears were going to blow that game almost at first because, we both did pick Chicago. The Packers looked like, hey, they were going to try to pull off the upset, but no, it was the comeback Bears, like everybody likes to say. Caleb Williams and company made a comeback. The defense stopped that Hail Mary, and then Jordan Love and Matt LaFleur are now exiting yet again. And they also, I've heard from a rumor, Matt LaFleur may be getting a new deal as a coach. I want to ask this question. Do you think it is time for the Packers to move on from Matt LaFleur?
Yeah, it is. I mean, he's overstayed his welcome there.
I'm going to say, he has. Since Rodgers is gone, they have only won 1 playoff game. And unfortunately, that was against us.
And I don't see how you could give a coach an extension when he just blew a 21-point lead, where the first half they were doing good and demolishing and taking out the Bears, and then in the second half you did diddly dog shit.
Yeah, they didn't do anything, and that's the thing. And I'm like, because I'm hearing a rumor they wanted to extend him, and I'm saying, Well, where have you gone with Matt LaFleur since then? Because I can say the farthest Matt LaFleur had was an NFC championship against Tampa Bay during COVID, and then he lost. After that was Rodgers last year in Green Bay, where they didn't make the playoffs. Then in Jordan Love's first year, you beat us. Then after that, last year in 2020, the 2024 one is when you lost to Philadelphia. And now what this is, it's like, how much longer is it going to take? Because next year, I don't think the Packers are going to be good next year. Regardless, okay, yeah, they'll get Tucker Kraft back, coming back from the ACL injury, but the defense is going to be a major question mark because you don't know how long Micah Parsons is going to be out for because of that ACL injury. And their pass rush and that rush defense is not going to be very, very good.
No, it's not.
Because I have a feeling next year, I don't think the Packers are going to be very good this year.
No, but you got to see what kind of moves they make in the offseason.
Yeah, they'll make some moves, but I don't know what those moves are going to consist of because the free agency is going to help you, and also the draft is going to help you. So they're going to have to make a lot of moves here in order to get themselves fixed, because in order to compete with Detroit, because Detroit's going to be back fully healthy when they get all their guys back from that defense, and you'll get Sam Laporta back too. And then the Bears, okay, it's either going to prove one thing. Was this just a fluke season, or are they really for real that we all think that they are? That's going to be the next thing on Chicago, because Chicago has a very tough game against the LA Rams this Sunday. So we'll see what happens with them. Third game we had was the Bills and the Jaguars, which we both got wrong, which was the Jaguars were so close in winning that game, but Trevor Lawrence throws an inherent interception at the wrong time, right at the beginning of the drive to get the win.
Honestly, the Jaguars should be ashamed of themselves.
Yeah, they should.
This was, you had all the momentum, and you're playing in your backyard, and Josh Allen literally beat you, as beat up as he was.
Yeah.
Your defense actually was in the top 10, and you did pretty good. And you let them drive downfield on you, and you couldn't stop him. And they don't have named players at all.
No, they don't. There's no named players on this defense that we know of. There's no household names. Hey, this guy shined. This guy did too. But no, they did not, because that game was going neck and neck from the start. When Josh Allen got that touchdown, it was almost like you almost thought that the game was over. And I'm thinking, no, I think Trevor's going to pull off a drive here. But nobody would have saw the first play of the drive, an interception was going to end it and seal it.
Well, it's like does he have the Justin Herbert disease? When he gets to the playoffs, no matter what.
Well, Trevor Lawrence does have one playoff victory for him, and it's against the guy you just said, Justin Herbert.
Well, yeah, but I mean, look how they had to come back. They were down, what was it, 28?
I think it was 28-0 they were down. I think it was like 28-0 or 28-3 they were down in that playoffs.
But the Jaguars were the heavy favorite. I just find it like this. I find it like this. Ain't it funny how in this next round, in both conferences, it's the 1 seeds versus the 6 seeds, and the 2 seeds versus the 5th seeds?
Mm-hmm.
Like this obviously shows you that stuff is rigged.
Yeah, it does
like
show you.
How convenient in both conferences you have 1 versus 6 in both, and you have 2 versus 5 in both.
Yeah, because I'm almost thinking it is rigged to the point where I said if Josh Allen makes it to Super Bowl, this is rigged to set up his journey.
Exactly.
If it gets to that point.
Exactly, where you had 2 heavy-hitting number 3 seeds.
Yeah.
And the Jaguars and the Eagles that everybody was betting on to win because they were the heavy favorites. Yeah. And then the 2 underdog teams won.
Yeah.
And Josh Allen and the Bills get their first road win in the playoffs.
Yeah, that was their first. Yeah, in Jacksonville. And I said my thing on Tony Khan. He was like, well, back to AEW. Because I think in his view was he knew he had a division already. And that's why he had a collision tape ready for that Thursday. I don't think it would have been a live collision. That's why he had it, because he thought that his team was going to advance and go to the divisional, possibly taking on the Denver Broncos. No, I don't think it would have been Denver. They would have been taking on Houston. They would have took on Houston. They would have got Houston.
Yes, Houston would have had to go to them.
Yeah. And then I think whoever would have gotten that other one, the Chargers and the Patriots. Yeah. No, wait. I'm trying to think. No. Denver would have had to add Houston. Jacksonville would have had to go into New England.
Yes.
Yeah, because Jacksonville was a 3. New England was a 2.
And Houston was a 6.
Houston was a 5. They were a 5.
Yes.
6 was Buffalo.
Yes.
Yeah, that would have occurred. And I know for Tony Khan, he was like, great. All this, and now it's back to AEW right now, which what I saw off Maximum Carnage was, well, Pac losing to Darby was eventually was going to happen. Well, how Darby beat him, that didn't shock me. MJF beating Bandito didn't shock me because I thought he was going to unmask him on there, but no, that didn't happen yet. But I know eventually I know what they're setting up for Revolution, which is MJF versus Kenny and Thekla versus Chris, and possibly Sisters of Sin versus Babes of Wrath.
Yeah.
Which we're getting set up for a Revolution right now because we have a while away to get there, but that's what it is setting up and looking towards. But for Mr. Khan, but for the Jags, I'm going to say right then and there, I didn't expect that team to win the division. I really didn't expect them to go to the playoffs, but them getting Liam Cohen as a head coach, it worked out. Now, can Trevor Lawrence and that team make some more moves and try to help him, get him some more weapons, and also get something on that defense, get some big name guys in free agency and get somebody in the draft here, because they're going to need some more to compete with Houston. I think them and Houston are going to be competing. They're going to be probably splitting. And I don't know who next year is going to win that division between those two. But Jacksonville, I think right then and there, if they can get some more weapons for Trevor Lawrence, and if Trevor Lawrence cannot make – I don't know if Trevor Lawrence was under pressure when he made that interception, but to me, I don't know what he was looking at.
Right.
When he made that interception.
I think he was just being pressured, and he panicked.
Okay, that's what I want to know. If he was getting pressure, I can understand that.
Exactly.
Yeah, but
I mean, it's just weird how I just saw Buffalo goes down there. They got no big name offensive guy besides Cook.
Yeah.
Didn't do much. You got Josh Allen, who was literally hurt and doing good, but two of those guys, and you just let a bunch of nobodies on the offense just come down and kick your tail in when you had a top 10 defense.
Yeah.
And you were the heavy favorite.
Yeah, they were the heavy favorite, and nobody saw come. Well, except for my friend Joyce. She did. She saw, because she's a Bills fan, she saw him winning, and I had to apologize. I said, hey, look, I'm sorry. I thought Josh was going to lose because he was banged up, and I really didn't think he was going to win. But, hey, he pulled off the upset, and now they're going to Denver, Colorado to play in the divisional, and we'll see how that game is going to be, I think, this Saturday. Now we go on to the one which we just talked about before we got on air.
And how does the Jaguars play so good at the end of the season that they were one of the hottest teams?
Yeah, I don't understand that. You beat the red-hot Denver Broncos. You ended their winning streak, and then it goes to everybody's like, could the Jaguars actually make it all the way? Could they actually finally win an AFC championship? Because the farthest this team has gone has been a divisional with Trevor Lawrence.
Right.
But now it was, because that was a lot everybody was thinking.
Yes, and he was one of the best and one of the hottest quarterbacks at the end of the season, the way he was playing. And the Jaguars were on fire. And then all of a sudden, you're playing Buffalo, who looked like trash at the end of the season.
Yeah.
Barely could do anything. Having injuries, depleted, and all. And then all of a sudden, go down there and pull the win.
Yeah, which nobody saw coming. Like I said, we both picked the Jags. I didn't see that coming, and now it's back to fishing, and it's back to the old drawing board. But they had very high expectations next year.
No, they're okay.
Yeah.
They're fine.
No, they're okay. Yeah.
They got their paycheck.
Yeah.
They did their job. I mean, some of these people just play for paychecks.
Yeah.
They don't play for championships.
No.
I mean, hey, they get big money. They get the life. They get the luxury houses, the cars, all that. So most of them were happy. Like, all right, well, we'll just come next year. But hey, we're in Florida. We live in Florida. Let's get our check, and then we go party.
Yeah. We'll just go to Universal. We'll go to AEW because our owner owns it. We can probably get free tickets out of it, but it is what it is for the Jags as usual. But now we go into the subject I hate to say, which is your Eagles against the 49. Well, I did pick the 49ers because of what I saw the last 2 weeks from the Philadelphia Eagles with that offense. Yours was because I know that's your team and you thought, hey, you guys were going to pull it off. But unfortunately, after what I was seeing, that offense looked like shit. A.J. Brown didn't know where the fuck he was at because he really didn't do a damn thing in that game. He was only targeted, I think, like 5 times and made 3 catches. And then when the crucial one, which was the 3rd and 11, he drops. Dallas Goedert then makes up for it. But then when it came down to the drive where you're trying to win the game, I don't know what Hurts was looking at when he saw in a triple coverage. I don't know what the fuck he was looking at.
Because it's Hurts. Hurts sucks. Most of the offensive problem is around Patullo and Hurts and Sirianni. That's the problem here. I mean, Sirianni's garbage ass. We were talking about all year. Garbage ass high school offense that doesn't work. They play the same plays over and over. What's his name? The defensive coordinator for the
Big Fangio.
49ers.
Oh, I mean Robert Slay. Robert
Slay. He said and remembers that he knew the Eagles. He saw the lineup on that 4th down on triple. They had like double tight ends, I believe it was, or something.
Yeah.
That when they played the Jets, he remembered that play, and that's why he knew where Hurts was going to with the ball, and they had triple coverage there. I mean, this is ridiculous. That this stupid ass, A.J. Brown was right, but everybody wanted to throw him on the bus because they thought he was a diva and acting
like an asshole, basically.
When he said, you can't just come back this year and just think everything's going to be handed to you. Like, teams are going to be like, oh, well, Barkley can run for another 285 yards on us every game, and Hurts can throw for 100 yards, and the defense is going to – you can't do that.
No.
Brown said you got to pick up the game and you got to do stuff.
Yeah, because I could tell you, when I was watching this game with my mom, she was getting upset with AJ, getting upset with Saquon. Like, why do they keep going to Barkley? It's not working.
And then Sirianni wants to act all big and bad and trying to get in AJ's face, trying to get him off the field when you had other players on the field, but you want to right there and then, knowing it's a national game, try to get in AJ's face and start an argument with him. It's like, first of all, you act like you're a tough guy and you're not. You're just a yes man and a puppet. Howie calls the play. Howie's the one pulling the strings.
Yeah.
We gave you an opportunity to hire an OC, hire your best friend that was dog shit. This is your offense, but you never have an answer to fix it. You put players in position that can't do their job to block. You put in Caleb Taylor, the second string tight end. That can't block or shit. You have him in there blocking, and the defensive lineman or the linebacker go right past him because he can't block to save his life.
No.
And you call the same stupid plays, run up the middle, run here, pass, run, pass. You don't do nothing. It's so vanilla. It's like, me and you can make better plays.
Yeah, we could make better plays, and even my mother could too. Because we're looking at this game, I'm going like, AJ hadn't done a damn thing in this game. The only people that were trying their hardest and played their ass off was Dallas Goedert played his ass off, Smitty played his ass off, Quinyon Mitchell, the defense, played his ass off to try to keep you in the game, but y'all couldn't capitalize off of them.
No, and it's pathetic that you just lost to a bunch of 3rd and 4th stringers.
That's even what Seth Joyner said. Y'all lost to the JV team.
Yeah, that they came into your backyard and they kicked your ass with a bunch of JV teams.
Yeah,
that came in that no one knew of. Kendricks looks like he was the Kendricks, a guy, and was an All-Pro in the early years. And this offense is pathetic, and a lot of fans are happy that this team is eliminated.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. A lot are happy they got a limit because you don't got to put up with possibly getting 2 and done to either Chicago. Because that was the thing. I said, yeah, and there were some fans that are glad you're out. And there was also that little kid who say, hey, I got this for a Christmas present, but it was not the outcome I wanted. Yeah, I felt bad for that kid.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and a lot of people probably got those as a Christmas gift.
Yeah. They probably got that from their mothers, their girlfriends, or their significant others, whomever, thinking, hey, Eagles are in the playoffs. They won the division. They get a home playoff game. Hey, I know I'm probably going to expect a win here, not a loss they didn't expect.
You should. You were like a heavy favorite.
Yeah, they were a favorite because the Niners were underdogs throughout this whole thing. Because here's the thing. George Kittle was out because he tore his ACL. Prayers up for him. And like I said, and I'll say before, as much as I do not like George Kittle, I do not wish an injury upon him.
You had that your main all-stars on both sides of the ball, except for Lane Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
You had your whole entire staff, and you laid a goose egg. And the defense even let you down because usually they'll pick everything up and you can rely on them. And they didn't even show up.
No, because the defense was gassed because the offense couldn't produce.
You're letting Demarcus Robinson look like Jerry Rice out there.
Yeah, like you said, we got on air. You said they made Demarcus Robinson look like Jerry Rice out there. And then the one play that was that trick play that either – because that defense was so gassed, was out of position, was a trick play when Juwan Jennings threw that touchdown pass to Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, I hate that Jennings guy. I really hate that prick.
That made it worse. I know. I said in my head, I was like, oh, God, I know Joe is pissed off right now after seeing that.
Because Christian McCaffrey wasn't doing anything that whole game until Kyle Shanahan used him and moved him around where the Eagles don't do that because God forbid if they actually have to use their brain to actually adjust.
Yeah.
Because they can't adjust to wipe their own ass to save their lives if they had. See, they probably wouldn't know where the shit wipes go. It goes up your ass, but they'll probably put it up their nose or something.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, something go here. This wasn't in the plan. Oh, we can't run this.
Mm-mm.
I mean, it's ridiculous that this offensive and Sirianni wasted a whole year on his buddy being
the OC. Yeah, because this thing should have got fixed. When exactly would you think they should have fixed this? Like, let's give a time frame exactly when you think it should have got fixed with it. They should have got rid of KP. I'm saying, yeah, woulda, coulda, shoulda. It's too late now. You already did it, but let's say during this whole season, when should it have occurred? If you knew, because from your perspective, hey, this is getting that bad. He needs to go.
Week 4.
The time when y'all played against week 1 was us, 2 was against the Chiefs.
3 was against the Rams.
3 was against the Rams. I think that was the Denver game.
Yes, that was.
Yeah, I think that was when y'all played the Broncos when it got bad.
Yes, and really, I could say the Rams because the first half the Eagles were getting their ass kicked. They were down like 28-3, I believe.
Yeah, that's when it did get to that point. Yeah, because I remember that, and then that's when.
And then this idiot during the Bills conference, when they were asking questions about the Bills.
Yeah.
Well, we just ran the ball to run the ball. Everyone knew what you were doing.
Yeah, the whole world knew the plays you were doing because the Niners were not stupid.
No, their first plays are always right up the middle.
Yeah. That's why Barkley got shut down. That's why Barkley couldn't produce the way he could produce. And that's why my mom was complaining and saying, why are they still running with Barkley? It's not working. Stop going to him.
Exactly. But we had guys on the depth that are pathetic, but Howie got them for cheap. So I don't even know why he bothered with like 2 toes. why would you bring this guy back? You cut him like 6 times. Why the hell are you bringing him back?
I don't know. Maybe he's got something on one of them or something.
Steve, he stands there to the last 2 minutes of the play clock and goes down, and everyone knows it's a pass play.
Yeah.
And he taps on the other lineman and be like, hey, what do I do? Fred Johnson, yeah, he did okay, but you cut him like 3 times. Why are you trading for him to bring him back when the guy can't, he can't do good?
Yeah.
It just made no sense with the offseason moves that Howie made were garbage this year.
Yeah, because I said I don't know if that was Dallas Goedert's last game as an Eagle or not because he played his ass off.
Well, he did, but they don't even use him a lot.
They really didn't. And like I said, Dallas Goedert was literally he was the only person that scored 1 rushing touchdown and then 1 passing touchdown.
Exactly.
And then after that, Jake Elliott fucked everything up. And I said right then and there, when he missed that extra point, I was like, here it comes. This might be the downfall because of him.
They need to get rid of him. They really need to get rid of him. I'm tired of Jake Elliott.
Yeah.
I mean, you have one job that you're getting paid close to $7-8 million to do it. You can't even do your job right.
No. And that's what I said. I was like, here it is right there. This could be right there. Derek sits. It could be this downfall right here. But no, it was, like I said, the Eagles tried their best in all this. And now, like we said before, they're now in the offseason going fishing, probably at clubbing right now. But right now they have some discussions they have to think of. Okay, how is A.J. Brown's demeanor going to be when it gets to training camp? Is his attitude going to be good? Is he not going to try – whoever this OC is, if they can have a good relationship, okay, then it's going to be fine and okay. But if there's the point where he's trying to force himself out and do it James Harden, watch out. Okay, what's going to happen? Because we saw how Hurts was without Brown before. It wasn't good before he got A.J. Brown.
No, they can't trade A.J. I mean, as much as, A.J. just wants to be into the offense.
Yeah.
He wants his numbers, but he also wants to win.
Yeah, I know there's that side that wants him gone, and I know you're part of the side that does not want him gone.
Yeah, because if you trade him, you don't have a number 1, and then you go rely on Smitty. Smitty's a good number 2, not a number 1.
Yeah.
If you're going to trade AJ, you better trade him to a team that will give you their number 1.
Yeah.
I mean, you might have to sweet up the pot, put AJ and
whomever,
a couple draft picks or something in there. But if you're going to trade him, you better get a number 1 receiver in return. Like if you said, hey, trade up to Cincinnati for Jamar Chase, get AJ for Chase, okay, you can do that. Or if you really, because then you're not losing out on a number 1.
No, because you're getting another number 1 here.
Exactly. So if you trade AJ, but you get someone that's a little better than AJ and is the number 1, that won't hurt you.
No.
But if you're going to trade them for people say, oh, well, what do you think we get? We get a 2nd or a 3rd round pick. No, you don't want that. You don't want a pick. Because then you're going back.
Then you're basically going into a rebuild, which you're not, because the Eagles are not in a rebuild. It's more of, this is a team that, like I said, I had one of my Super Bowl picks, but unfortunately they're not going. This is a team that can still win. That's not the issue because now, okay, this division with the NFC East is going to be a little bit more tougher now because the worst nightmare we feared was Harbaugh going to the Smurfs.
Yeah, I didn't like that signing.
I hated it too because I was like, oh, God. Because this is going to – I'm not saying that the Smurfs are going to be good year 1. I'll say they may have a better record. I will give it 2 or 3 years they will be in the playoffs.
Right.
Because it's not going to be like overnight that year 1, hey, they're making playoffs. Now, sometimes it can work if you already have the talent, like with Ben Johnson. He already had the talent. But with the Smurfs, we know what the issue is. It's an offensive line and the secondary.
Yes, I'm sure they'll work on that in the offseason.
Yeah, they're going to find a way to work on that. But that's the thing right now they have to worry about. But right now for the Eagles, it's going to be, okay, is AJ going to be on his best behavior come training camp? Is he not going to try to force his way out? Which to me, I don't think he will because we got to see how he is going to be in the offseason, depending who the Eagles get as an OC. Because this is not going to be one of Nick's buddies. This is going to be how he interviews and looks at.
Exactly. And like we were talking about, whoever they gives the OC, they have said that they will have full control and there would be no interruption.
Yeah.
For them.
Because Lily Sirianni is going to be out the way, like Vic Fangio says to him. He's like, yo, get the fuck out of my way, dude. I know what I'm doing. Do what the fuck you're doing.
Exactly. And Sirianni should be nowhere near the offense. He should stay away from it.
Yeah, he needs to. And like I said, we'll figure out what happened with the Eagles in the offseason, how they're going to do drafting wise. Because I know they're going to make moves. We know they're going to make moves. But we're going to wait and see what occurs. And then the Sunday night game, which was the first playoff victory post Tom Brady for the Patriots against the Chargers. For the Chargers, I want to say this. I don't know what the issue is when it comes to the playoffs. I think, and I'll put Justin Herbert in the same category as Dak Prescott. Both are very good in the regular season, but cannot get it done in the playoffs. But unfortunately, I could say this over Dak Prescott to Herbert. Dak Prescott does at least have 2 playoff victories. Herbert does not have any. And we can go to the first one, which was they had that big lead against the Jaguars where they blew that. And then last year where he threw 5 interceptions to the Texans. But I know in this one their offensive line was injured and the defense really could not do anything because that game did start off slow. But after that, the Patriots just kept going with Drake May, Kendrick Booty, Kayshon Boutte, Hunter Henry, and Ramondre Stevenson and Trayvon Henderson to get that playoff victory.
Yeah, I mean, they dominated. I mean, the Chargers, I don't know what their problem is. Seems when the playoffs come, they just melt out.
They do. And Harbaugh's a good coach. We've seen it's not him. It's just more of, okay, I thought last year after the 5 interceptions, I was like, okay, is Harbaugh going to do like he did in San Francisco when Alex Smith went down with a concussion, and that's when he inserted Colin Kaepernick. Now, I'm not saying for the Charter insert Trey Lance. Now, I don't know what's going to happen. Is there going to come a point where Harbaugh says in this draft, because with this draft class, the quarterback class is not that good this year, from what I'm hearing.
No, it's garbage.
So I don't know if there's anybody there, or does he want to decide, hey, let me find somebody and see what we can do here?
What? They need help on the offensive line.
Well, yeah, the O-line needs help. Yeah, because there were a lot of injury on the O-line. That's what it was.
Are you saying that they should get a replacement for Justin Herbert?
I don't know, but I'm just saying, I'm just going into mine of Harbaugh. Just remember the first year he was with San Francisco when it was Alex Smith. They almost could have made it to the Super Bowl had Ted Ginn Jr. not muffed a punt. Now, with this first year, when they lost to the Texans, that was Herbert's fault, throwing 5 interceptions. Now, this one I understand because the offensive line was injured. Now, is it going to come to a point of Harbaugh does the same thing like he did in San Francisco? The only reason that Colin Kaepernick happened was because Alex Smith suffered a concussion and he got injured, and then Kaepernick had the hot hand and he kept riding with him.
Exactly.
Now, I don't know who San Diego has. I mean, the Chargers have for a backup. Because I know Trey Lance ain't the answer.
No, he's not. I mean, but you can say that for any team. All backups are pretty much garbage in this league.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, you got drafted and you've been on the bench for a while. Sometimes it can work for you. Now, like with Cap on the bench, he learned from Alex Smith and he took advantage of the situation where he got the Niners to the Super Bowl.
Exactly. But yeah, I mean, depending on who, I mean, I think they'll keep Trey Lance just because he's young.
Yeah.
Unless they trade to see if there's a better one out there.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, I don't think that's a big issue because Herbert, he's pretty good. He doesn't get hurt and misses a very long time.
No, Herbert is good in the regular season. It's just when it comes to playoff, he just melts down. I just don't know what it is.
Well, he's playing, he doesn't have no O-line.
Yeah, that's the thing, yeah. And I know the only time where he almost would have succeeded was against the Jags. Unfortunately, they had him blew a 28-3 lead.
Yes. That was, that's all their defense too, because the offense put up 28, and your defense couldn't even stop the Jaguars
No.
to get it to 28.
No.
So that's not Herbert's fault.
No, that's not Herbert's fault. That's the defense's fault. That's a team fault right there.
Yeah, because him and the offense did their part. They put up 28. You put up 28, you're thinking you have a win there. That's
but unfortunately, the NFL stands for not for long.
Exactly.
That's the thing. That's why I say this on Herbert. I know last year what the 5 interceptions was his fault last year when he threw those 5 picks.
I think the Chargers next year, they will need help with definitely the offensive line, and they would definitely need running back help.
Yeah.
Because, they were pretty depleted by the running back. Najee Harris.
No, Najee Harris didn't even start this year because he was injured.
Yeah, he got injured, and then he got injured in practice.
Yeah.
It was a 1-year deal. I mean, they're not losing much.
No, they're not. No, they're not losing much on Najee. So I think Najee probably might be going somewhere else. I don't think the Chargers were going to keep him anyway. I think he was just going to be there for a year because I think they more likely were going to keep Hampton and Vidal. They were going to use.
Yeah, Hampton. He had an injury season, and then him getting hurt Friday in practice didn't help them that much in the wild card game, because when you lose your starting running back that just came back from injury 2 weeks later, and then he injured himself, and you're relying on your second and third string running back, pretty much screwed when you got to be a one-dimensional team.
Yeah, it pretty much does. It makes you a one-dimensional team. But like I said, I thought it was Henderson that got hurt. I didn't think it was Hamilton. I thought it was like Trey Henderson from New England.
The Patriots, that got hurt.
I think he did. I know Stevenson did good in that game. I know that. I know it was more Drake May relying on Hunter Henry and Kayshon Boutte because he was playing his ass off in that game. But I know is that for the Patriots, okay, can they get over this hump with Vrabel, which is they're going to have a very tough matchup against a very good Houston defense. And now we're going to get into that subject, which is I hope to God that Aaron Rodgers finally fucking retires. Because I really do not want to. I know how much people, even though Chris Jericho has not been in AEW yet this whole year, and the last time that we've seen him was in 2025, the day after Dynasty in AEW. I'm praying to God that Aaron Rodgers retires because he needs to hang it up. And how the Steelers played in that game, that offense and that defense did not show up. And Houston's defense literally carved them. And Christian Kirk had the game of his life.
He did. He had the Demarcus Robinson game.
Yeah.
It did help. Nico Collins had a shitty game, and then he got injured.
Yeah.
And from what I read, he ain't playing this weekend.
No.
So that's going to hurt Texans.
It's going to hurt them a little bit, because I know Woody Marks had a good game, but Christian Kirk really had the game of his life that day.
Yeah, he did.
And the defense was doing its job against the Steelers. Even with DK Metcalf coming back from suspension, DK didn't really do as much in that game. And the one thing I was very shocked at the next day was when Tomlin decided, you know what, I'm done. I'm stepping up. I'm going to hang it up, which I really didn't see coming.
No, a lot of people did it, but maybe he just got tired of the bullshit. And
pretty much, you'd be dealing with this again come next year. Let's say he stayed. It would have been what? The Steelers would have been back in quarterback hell yet again. It was either going to look through the draft because right now, as we stated earlier, this draft quarterback class is not that good. I don't know if Aaron Rodgers would have stayed and say, hey, you know what? I think I got another run in me. I'll take another 1-year deal with you. Because I don't know what the Pittsburgh's quarterback situation would have been.
Well, it would have been in hell unless because Rodgers is a free agent, so you would have to bring him back or get someone else or trade for one.
Yeah.
They got their defense is banged up and older.
Mm-hmm.
Their offense is definitely a joke. Probably Thomas would just said, you know what, I've been here 19 years. I could see the writing on the wall.
I think, yeah, he saw it. Yeah, there's so many winning seasons he can have, but I think eventually that streak would have broke.
Yeah, he's going to be like, I want to resign, going to spend time with my friends and family.
Yeah.
And, you know, take a year off of football, and then after that, because, you know, people will get him to be TV deals. Or
yeah, I could probably see Tomlin, you know, like, you know what did what Sean Payton did with Fox. Remember, he took that break before he took the Denver job.
Right.
Probably work at Fox, probably work at CBS, NFL Network, ESPN, or even Amazon Prime just for a bit. And then if he decides, hey, you know, I want to get back into coaching, let me see where my feelers will go, where I want to go. But I just know is when he got there the first year, it was still with Cowher's guys, Cowher's coaching staff, and he got his first ring based off of that. Then I think it was a little later on in 2008, he got another ring. I think some of Cowher's guys were still there, and that's when he got that one. Since after when Cowher's guys go, and we'll go all the way from, I really thought the year in 2016, the time when they ran the table after they lost to the Cowboys, I thought that was going to be the year. I think, you know what? I think the Steelers could pull it off and they could go to the Super Bowl. And I thought that year was probably going to be Steelers-Cowboys. But in essence, it was Patriots and Seahawks, and with the one where Rush triggers me a lot. I really thought that was the one that was their year with AJ and Le'Veon Bell, but no. And then since then, after that, we saw the hell after that where it went to when Le'Veon decides to hold out. Antonio Brown decides to have a mental problem.
Yeah, I mean, he could have been one of the greats. Hell, Antonio Brown could have probably passed Jerry Rice.
Oh, yeah, I believe he would have.
That's how good he was, and he threw it all away.
Yeah.
And he just went downhill from that. I mean, he says he has CTE, but, I mean, you just see the crap that he pulls now and the stupidest stuff that he's doing. It makes it, you know.
It makes no sense.
He just gave it away. I mean, all that talent and in the world, and he just threw it away.
Yeah, he did throw it away. And like I said, what I don't want to hear down the road is breaking news. Antonio Brown has blown his brains out due to CTE.
Well, he said he has CTE. I mean, he's got to get help.
Yeah, I want to see him get some help, and I want to see that there is a happy ending for him.
Well, he's in jail, I think, right now.
I think he is incarcerated. Let me check. Antonio Brown.
Shooting or attempted murder or something like that.
Let me see. Okay, Antonio Brown is currently facing charges of second-degree attempted murder in Miami, stemming from a May 2025 incident where he allegedly fired a gun during an altercation outside a boxing match, hitting a man in the neck. He has pleaded not guilty and is seeking dismissal under Florida's Stand Your Ground law, claiming self-defense while also facing potential prison time if he is convicted.
Right.
So right now, he's now awaiting a hearing. So he's not incarcerated yet because his hearing is not until April of 2026.
Right. Okay.
So he's waiting right now to whether or not if he is going to be doing some time. But yes.
And when he shot the gun, he shot it up. But when you shoot bullets up,
they're going to come back down.
So, I mean, I don't think Tom Brady's helping him out here anytime soon.
I don't think so either. Like I said, that man needs some help. If it's jail, if it's counseling or whatever. Like I said before we make our picks, what I don't
That's who I want. I want Tom Brady to be the Eagles' next offensive coordinator. That's who I want. I vote that guy. Give me Tom Brady's UFC.
Well, Howie better have the money to convince Fox because you got another problem. He's actually the director of operations for the Raiders. So
yeah, I know. I don't know why.
That's a lot to swing there. To try to convince one is get him out of the booth. Number two is try to sway him away from the Raiders. I don't know why the fuck he has interest in the Raiders. I could have understood more if he did New England or even Tampa, but I really still don't get that one.
No, and the funny thing is, Tom Brady, Greg Olson and Tom Brady, when they call these Eagles games,
Yeah.
they show you what the Eagles are missing when they're doing this.
Yeah.
And they show you, well, this whole field's open, but Jalen Hurts' issue is he can never throw in the open field.
No, that has always been his issue.
And you're a quarterback. You're supposed to use the whole field. If you can't do it, like Seth Joyner said, dude, you work for the Philadelphia Eagles. We're not going to baby you. I'll listen to what you guys say or what plays that you like that we could use, but you're going to use what I call. If you don't like it, we'll bring someone else in here that can do it, and you can ship your ass out of here.
Yeah. That's what I like about Seth Joyner. He'll tell it like it is. He does not care. He'd be like, fuck your feelings. I'm going to tell it like it is because I'm a former player and I used to play the game. And I'll remember this one thing he said was when the time he was with the Denver Broncos, he was like in Shannon's show, he was like, you know what, Shannon? I've never seen Mike Shanahan ever get mad or upset. And then Shannon goes like, hey, man, you just got to do your job. If you don't do your job, then you're out of here.
Yep. He has said that multiple times. As long as you do your job and you do good, hey, everything's good.
Yeah.
The thing with Sirianni is he wants to be your best friend and wants to be your little cheerleader. And it's like, oh, my God, I'm here with A.J. Brown, Saquon Barkley, and Jalen Hurts. And, oh, man, I want to be their friend.
No, trust me.
I want to be their coach.
Too bad it's not like my high school hockey coach. Like, literally, he would literally say, if you were fucking up so badly, he'd let you know you fucked up.
Yeah, and you remember – it was the players that went to Sirianni that said, hey, we need to start running the ball more. I mean, that's pretty pathetic that your own players are coming to you, telling you what you need to do to fix the offense. The offense was like shit last year before the bye week, and then that's when they started running away with it.
Yeah, because after the bye week was when it started to get fixed.
Because you're at Kellen Moore. Everyone knows Kellen Moore's a throwing, passing offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
And then he gets here, and then he's got to start being a running OC.
Yeah.
And then you see what he's doing down in New Orleans, that they put up more points than the Eagles.
Yeah, and right now, God forbid how New Orleans is going to be next year with Kellen, with Tyler Show in a full season, because that South, it's going to be a little bit more competitive with the Bucs, with the Falcons, with the Panthers and them. So we don't know how it's going to be because that was the worst division in football this year.
Yes, it was.
Yes. Now on to our picks and to our games. We have tomorrow's game at 4:30. We have the Bills going to Denver. Does Josh Allen repeat going to an AFC championship? Or does Denver in the first year under Sean Payton in the year with Sean Payton, go to an AFC championship? Who you got?
I got Denver at home.
Oh, okay.
Denver's going to win this. Their defense is pretty strong. I like Bo Nix having a good game here. Josh Allen, they barely squeaked by Jacksonville to go 2 weeks in a row now to go against two strong powerhouse defenses. It's taken its toll. They don't have a lot of weapons on the offense besides Allen and Cook. I know they use Kincaid a lot, but he's not a big name guy. I know they use Shakir here and there and Coleman, but they're not like number ones or number two receivers. They're more like threes and fours.
Yeah.
So, I think it's going to be a hard time. Plus, they got to travel again this week from Buffalo to Denver.
Well, yeah, because they had to travel from Jacksonville, and then they had to go back home to Buffalo, and now they're going to go back to another cold place. They're going to go to Denver, Colorado here.
Yeah, and for all we know, I don't know if it's supposed to snow in Denver or not this weekend.
Let me check.
So, I got Denver at home in this. I think
it's going to be sunny, 36 degrees that night. So the game don't start till 4:30. It's actually going to be mild down there. It's going to be like 40. Wait, no, that's here we go. Saturday's weather, 36. It's going to be 36 degrees down there in Denver.
Okay.
So
they're used to that
weather.
Yeah,
both are used to that weather. It's cold. For me,
I got Denver.
You're going Denver?
Mm-hmm.
As we said when this thing started, that the NFL is rigged. I got a feeling this is so rigged for Josh Allen to go to another AFC championship. either against Houston or New England. I just think that this is so scripted and set up for Josh. I think they get another road win here, close, with Josh Allen using his legs, winning it again. Yeah, they'll use Cook, they'll use Kincaid and Khalil Shakir. And I think Brandon Cooks might be used again because he was the unsung hero to help them get that win in the Jacksonville game to help Josh Allen get that touchdown. So I'm going to take the Bills here. Since you were taking the Broncos, they have the Broncos as 1-point favorites. You taking those points?
Yeah, I'm taking Denver.
Okay. I'm going to take the Bills covered at 1 point. Over or under 45?
I'm going to say – I'll say over 45.
You say over?
Yeah.
I'm going to take an over, too, because I think this will be a close game and competitive. And I know the Broncos want to avenge that loss last year when they got one and done by the Bills last year when it was in Buffalo. Next one we got is the Saturday night game, the 49ers and the Seahawks.
49ers and the Seahawks. I'm taking the Seahawks here.
Okay.
49ers are depleted. I know they pulled the upset against Philly, but Seattle's got a much better defense than Philly, and they actually know how to run plays on the offense, unlike Philly.
Yeah.
The 49ers are playing with Huey, Dewey, and Louie. And some people we never even heard of, like they're playing with couch potatoes. I mean, they did pretty good here, but Seattle's a whole different.
Seattle's a different story there. Yeah, with that. This one, I am going to take Seattle because Sam Darnold has actually made me look like a believer, and he's actually made me look like an ass this whole year. We've said a lot of criticism on him this year. Oh, he can't win a big game. He chokes when it comes to big moments. Since then, since that game against the Rams, that second one they had, he's shown up and he's played his ass off. He got that one. Then the Carolina game, which was that one. We know he did throw some interception, but Seattle did help him get that win. Then when it really mattered the most to get this bye right now against the 49ers, he's got that one. And this one, I think this is Sam Darnold's first trip to an NFC championship. They get the win here with Kenneth Walker, Zach Charbonnet, Smith and Jigba. And I could see the defense getting to Brock Purdy with DeMarcus Lawrence getting to him. And like we said before, they have no George Kittle. You're dealing with the JV squad and Huey, Dewey, and Louie here and couch potatoes. I'm taking the Seahawks here. They go to the NFC championship. They have the Seahawks.
I didn't mean to cut you. I believe Sam Darnold is hurt, though.
Sam Darnold is hurt, but he is still going to play, they said.
Yeah, it's an oblique, right?
Yeah, he has an oblique injury.
Okay, well, I'm relying on the defense in the run game. I'm not relying on Darnold.
That's what I'm more really relying on this thing is more that defense in the run game. So that's why I'm going with Seattle on this one. They got the Seahawks as 7-point favorites. You taking those points?
Yeah, I'll take the 7 for Seattle.
Yeah, I'll take the 7-2 to cover. Over or under 45?
I'm going to say over 45.
Yeah, I'll take an over in that one as well, too. I'll take an over. Now for Sunday's game in the divisional for the AFC, the final one in the AFC. Texans-Patriots.
Texans-Patriots. I'm going to go with I would take the Texans, but Nico ain't playing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take the Patriots at home.
You're going to go the Patriots? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I know the defense is pretty good for the Texans, but they have no Nico Collins. That's going to hurt them big time. And I don't think Marks is going to have a big game like he did against Steelers. Yeah. So I want to take the Patriots here. I like how Mike Vrabel's got that team going. Mm-hmm. They looked good last week against the Chargers. That defense is good. Mays looked awesome. They're going to and Stevens is looking like a man possessed the past 3 weeks.
Yeah, he has been.
So I'm going to ride with the home team.
Okay.
New England.
For me, Wolf, if you happen to be listening to this, I'm sorry, but I know your Patriots made it far. I got to go to the Houston Texans on this one because I'm going, even though they don't have Nico Collins, but that defense has been playing its ass off and playing lights out. And I go by the old adage of defense wins championships. I think this is the year the Houston Texans finally make their first AFC championship with that defense here. Now, I don't think Woody Marks and Christian Kirk are going to have the best of all games, but I think that defense is going to have its way with Drake May and them. So I'm going to take the Texans here. Since you're taking the Patriots, they have the Patriots as 3-point favorites. Are you taking those points?
New England will cover.
So you got New England covering? Okay. I'm going to say the Texans covered at 3 with the underdog points. Over or under 40?
I'm going to say under 40.
I'm going to agree with you on that because I think this could be a defensive battle between these two. And New England, it's not easy to score down there. And God forbid if it does happen to snow in Foxborough, it probably will be like a defensive struggle. Because it does snow during this time of the month down there.
Yeah, I don't know which game. I think there's snow involved in one of the games. I don't know if it's Chicago or New England.
Let me check New England.
Because someone told me, I read somewhere that it's supposed to snow. I might have been Chicago. They're saying that it might be snow.
Well, Patriots-Texans, they're saying is increasingly likely to become a snow game.
Okay, then it was that one.
They're saying they're going to have snow.
Okay.
Chicago's, I'm checking their weather right now before we get to that game. Chicago is going to be 18 degrees, so it's going to be cold as hell. Like it is cold right now down here.
Right.
So right now, Chicago is going to have cold, but it is going to snow. But it's snowing right now in Chicago Friday and Saturday.
Okay.
So that snow will be gone by Sunday.
Okay.
So New England is more likely going to get the snow game. Chicago right now is dealing with snow that's going to snow all the way into Saturday.
Interesting. I wish we had that here.
Hey, I wouldn't mind. Hey, if it would have happened to snow on Monday, hey, I would have got a snow day out of it because last year I got a snow day.
Yeah. But we don't get stuff like that.
No, we don't. Yeah, it's very rare we'll get that. And our final game, the Rams and the Bears.
Rams and the Bears. You know what? I'm going to go with Chicago.
Oh, okay.
The comeback kids did it again last week against Green Bay.
Mm-hmm.
They're playing pretty good. The Rams almost lost to the Panthers last week.
Yeah.
That defense ain't as tough as it used to be in the season.
Yeah.
And the Rams are going to, the Bears are going to come to play this game. Everyone's already having the Rams beat them.
Yeah.
And all. And you got the home field advantage. Like you said, it's going to be cold as balls.
Yeah, it's literally going to be cold as balls out there in that game. It's like literally how we're on right now, how our weather is right now, except the difference is theirs is a little bit more chillier.
Exactly. And so I'm going to take the Bears here. Swift is going to do good.
Mm-hmm.
Williams, he's going to put up good numbers.
Yeah.
And the guy, Kyle
Monunga, yeah.
Yeah, he's going to do pretty good in that run game. And you can run against the Rams.
Yeah, it's not hard to do that. No, it's not.
Nah, so I got the Bears here. And that defense, I think they'll step it up because they know what's on the line here.
Oh, me.
CJ,
go ahead, I'm sorry.
CJ will get that defense pumped and ready.
Okay, so CJ's playing in this one because I know last week he did not play because he was out.
Yeah, the last time I heard he was playing, unless he got hurt again.
I know he didn't play in the Packers game. I heard that one.
Is Johnson playing in this game?
Let me check. He is playing.
Okay, CJ or Johnson?
CJ is. CJ Gardner-Johnson is playing in this game.
All right. Eagles are stupid for letting him go. I mean, come on.
You know what? Sorry, go ahead.
The guy is almost on his way to another NFC championship. They beat the Rams. You're telling me you don't want a guy like that on your team because he talks trash? Pathetic.
You know what? At the time before we started recording, I kept going Rams, Rams, Rams. I'm changing my pick because with CJ Gardner-Johnson, and we've seen the streak where he has been with teams where they go.
Mm-hmm.
I got a feeling the streak continues, that there's the possibility that the Bears are making a trip to Seattle. So I am changing my pick. I am going to go with the Chicago Bears in this one because, like you said, the comeback Bears, I think we're going to get another comeback Bears game again here. Caleb and them are probably going to get either going to be Cortland Loveland getting a touchdown, maybe Luther Barden, maybe a Ramadeus Zacchaeus, or it could be DJ Moore, or maybe Romo Dunze, one of those guys. That probably will be the nail right. I'm not going to say it's going to be the nail in the coffin. I think the nail in the coffin will be Matthew Stafford throws a late interception to CJ is probably going to be the nail in the coffin.
Yes.
And sometimes the Rams do not do good in these cold outdoor games.
No, they don't. I mean, I know Devontae Adams. He's used because he plays.
Yeah, Devontae Adams is used to because he's been in Green Bay, but the rest of them have not.
And the Rams last year played in the snow game.
Yeah, and that was against Philadelphia where Barkley ran all over them, and then we saw what happened in the end. Stafford threw an overthrown ball, and it got stopped by CJ
Yeah, if it wasn't for Carter putting that pressure on it, we had a wide open Parkinson, and
in that game, then we would have had a different story at this point. But I think again, the way how CJ plays, and now he's back for this one, I think the streak continues, and then we're preparing for Seattle and Chicago in an NFC Championship. So I'm going to take the Bears. I'm changing my pick from what I said at work because I know I did pick the Rams. In that chat and all this, I'm changing that pick right now, and I'm going to go with Chicago. Since both of us are taking the Bears, they have the Bears as 4-point underdogs. Are you taking those points?
Yeah, I'll take the points.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Bears with the 4 points as well, too. Over or under 48?
I'm going to go over.
Yeah, I'm going to take over in this one, too, because I think this is going to be a shootout between these two because both have bend-don't-break defenses, even though, the Bears do have a good secondary. They lead the league in interceptions. But like I said, I think that it is going to end with a costly turnover by Stafford throwing to CJ, which seals it, and with Chicago going to Green Bay. I mean, not Green Bay, to Seattle.
Yes.
So that's how it is going to end. So before we end, call it a night. We got a lot of good football games to look forward to, and then we're down to the final two. Well, we have the NFC and AFC Championship, and then after that, I don't really give a shit about the Pro Bowl because I do not watch it. I don't care for it. Then we have the
Pro Bowl's a joke.
Oh, it is a joke. That's why I said I really don't care for it.
Now they're doing flag football crap for the Pro Bowl. It's ridiculous.
That's why I said I don't care for it like I used to. I used to miss which was the NFL quarterback challenge back then. I used to like.
Oh, that was cool.
Oh, that was cool. I love that. I loved the NFL quarterback challenge back then when it was the off season. I just don't like how the Pro Bowl is today. I hate it. And that's why I said I will refuse to cover it and I will refuse to watch it because it's not the same how it used to be.
No, it's not.
I hate it. That's why I said I will not do the Pro Bowl. So after the NFC, good.
I will admit, NHL, when they do their All-Stars, at least they think outside the box how they have
the NHL All-Star game is cool. I love the NHLs.
Well, it's that and their skills competition where they have nets in the middle of a pond and you got to hit pucks trying to get
the targets.
Stuff like that. Not inside, outside.
Yeah, that's it. I love the NHL All-Star game. I've always loved the NHLs, and I also like the NBAs back in the day too, and I also like MLBs when they do the celebrity all the softball game, and like the NBA's, I also like that time when they did the celebrity NBA All-Star game at that time, because that was the funniest time when Stephen A. Smith got a technical foul. That was the one time he shut up.
Yeah.
When they teed him up. So like I said, that was one thing I like about that. So that I don't mind, but just the NFLs, I just really can't watch no more. Like with that, like I said, after the NFC AFC Championship, the show won't be back until after we get to the Super Bowl, and then after the Super Bowl, we're on a hiatus until the draft, and then when the schedule comes out. But we had a very good run with football. Everything was going good. Just a lot of stuff we didn't expect this year. A lot of surprises, a lot of misnomers nobody saw. But it's been a very interesting season before we call it a night, Joe.
Yes, it has. A lot of teams, a lot of people didn't think would be in this situation are, and teams that people thought would be in this situation are.
Yeah.
A lot of upsets this year, a lot of ups and downs too, and should be, these next couple of weeks should be interesting.
Yes. So before we end and call it a night, if anybody, there are people that are new or watching this, we have a Facebook page if you want to join. We are on the 2300 Picks sports page on Facebook.com. Look us up, and if you want to join, tell your friend to refer to us. Also, we have the YouTube page, which I'm going to spring right now. If you want to listen on YouTube and be a subscriber, go on type in the search box 2300 Pick 6. If you want to be a subscriber and a listener, hit us up. Because next year, when we do season 4, I'm going to do something new this year. I'm going to actually stream some games next year, like how we and you streamed that game between the Rams and the Seahawks, that second meeting. A lot of people like that we did that, and I said, you know what, I'll stream some games next year.
Oh yeah, we should get together then and then watch a game and stream it and call it the play-by-play.
Yeah,
give our insight on it.
Yeah, we could do that. The next time we'll do that. So that's what's going to be new for season 4 on YouTube. It depends on the game I pick, whatever it is. It could be a Sunday game, it could be a Eagles game, a Cowboys game, or whatever it is. We'll stream it. I'll have to pick what it is, barring if I'm not at my mom, because I usually alternate between going to my mother's house. It's a little bit tough to stream there because there's not that much room.
Right, that's understandable.
Yeah, it's not that much room. That's a little tough. That's the thing. It's not that much room in there. So
just no Nickelodeon cooking show.
Oh hell no, we're not doing no life. I'll give you insight, viewer and listeners. We will not stream a shitty game.
Yes,
we will pick a good game that we're going to stream. We are not going to stream a shitty game.
Yeah,
it will be a very, very good game. It's not going to be some shitty game.
Exactly.
Yeah, because I know come next year, my time off got approved for November, which is very good. So I took off that Thursday and Friday, which is I'm praying to God that GTA 6 does not get delayed again. Because if it does, all right, I'll keep those 2 days off. That Saturday, if Full Gear is in Jersey this year, this is a big if, because I don't know if they're going back to New Jersey. At least I have those 2 days off. And then that week of Thanksgiving, I took off. Because I got that approved. So that Thursday, Thanksgiving, what'd you say?
How the hell do you get stuff approved like 10 months away?
You got to put it in advance because my boss tells me, hey, put your time off in right now. Because he'll tell us, hey, look, put your time off in right now. Tell me what days you're taking off. Because I already told him I was taking off for Raw in 2 weeks when it comes to Philadelphia for those 2 days off. Monday to go to Raw and Tuesday for the day of rest. April when I go to Vegas for WrestleMania, the last one in the United States before it goes to Saudi Arabia. And then after that, November, I took off.
Oh, okay.
Because he'll literally tell us, hey, put your time off in advance. Because I don't need the same thing would happen this year with that family emergency I had where I had to call out of work.
Right. That's so totally understand.
Yeah, that was the thing. Nobody could have saw that coming. But at least I could say that this one is, if Full Gear is in New Jersey again, hey, at least this time I have a lot of sleep. I don't have to worry about my leg cramping up again like it did. And in this instance, okay, I would get that much sleep, which is either that Friday or that Thursday. And God forbid, like when it comes to me and you, we could do the show on either Thursday or Friday. Well, probably that Friday, because I probably might say Thursday. I might go to casino pending who the game is when we cross that bridge in the future.
Sounds good to me, brother.
Yes. So before we end and call it a night, and before I hit tomfooleries and bid adieu, it's just been enough time for talk. It's time for kickoff. I'm Dave Walker with Joe Law, and we'll see you on the field. Good night, everybody.
Good night, good day, good sports. Sixers are losing.
Oh, God. It couldn't get any worse because I already know we lost to our Flyers lost to the Penguins, and that really pissed me off. And everybody knows how I feel about Crybaby.
Yeah, I'm going to the game tomorrow. Hopefully.
I hope they end the streak.
Well, we'll see. The way they've been playing.
Yeah. Who the Flyers play tomorrow?
Rangers.
Well, the Rangers ain't that good, but I hope we can pull that off.
Nah, you think they should, but.
Yeah, but then again, we don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
All righty, man. I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah,
Go, sir.
All right. Yeah, if you can't put on the Sixers game, it's like a minute left, and Cleveland's up by 1.
Okay. Yeah, I see right now on my ESPN, it's tied up right now at the moment. Let me refresh it.
Yeah, it's 112.
Now it's 113 and 112 Sixers right now. Sixers are up by a point right now.
Yeah, Max. Of course, I took Embiid with the under 38.
Yeah.
This guy's got like 40.
Dang. There's days when Embiid wants to play. He's at 33 right now.
Well, Donovan Mitchell screwed me too. Like every time against the Sixers,
yeah.
These past 5 games, he's had 37, 45, 39, 38. Tonight he only has 18.
Yeah, he's got 13 for tonight. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, are you kidding me? You're telling me? See, this whole pick and player props is pissing me off.
Oh, yeah. Any sport is starting to piss me off, like I said. But we'll wait and see what happens this weekend. And then after that, the crucial 2-game finales left we have, which is the championship, AFC and NFC, and then the Super Bowl. So before we end, I'm going to call it a night, get ready to go to Fullery's, and then prepare for football. I'll see you around, Joe.
All right, have a good one, man.
You too, man. I will, man.
All right.
Bye-bye.
See you later.